Hello, we are live with Jomeezius and Victor Sandoval. Victor, are you there?
Yes, finally, yes.
Okay,
Victor.
and Mr. Jomeezius.
Jomeezius, yes sir, I'm here.
Everything.
What did I do, man?
Okay, Maxilla says what's up. Sorry guys, let's get on with this podcast interview, exclusive Strange Music with Jomeezius, the genius.
Yes sir.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, we are live today with Jomeezius, the genius. What's up?
What's up, guys? What's going on, Victor?
Man, good to hear from you. For those of you who don't know who Jomeezius the genius is, the enigmatic producer broke through to listeners this past year after producing several tracks on Tech-Nine's Welcome to Strangeland, including the single Beautiful Music. Jomeezius followed that success by becoming the first Strange Music MVP Awards Producer of the Year. In today's live interview, we're going to be talking to Jomeezius about his involvement on Welcome to Strangeland and what that's been like to be a part of Tech-Nine's world. We're also going to discuss what it takes to produce for Strange Music, and for all of you aspiring producers out there, we're going to ask Jomeezius about his process for creating the unique sound that he's known for. We're also going to take your calls, so be sure to have your comments and questions ready. All right, man. First of all, sorry for the technical difficulties.
That's all good, bro.
Again, for those who aren't familiar with you, though, tell us, who is Jomeezius the genius?
Jomeezius the genius. I am a composer, sir. I compose beautiful music, and I send it to people, and people like it.
Right on. Now, most of our audience would recognize you from the credits of Welcome to Strangeland. You contributed a lot of tracks to that project, including the title track. How did you first become involved with the album?
Oh man, it was a very long process, but I went and I met up with Mr. Tech-Nine and the whole Strange Music crew and Mr. Travis O'Gwin when they came out here. When was it? Like June 6th. I remember it was June 6th of last year, and I went to a little VIP meet and greet, you know what I'm saying, and met up with them, I already had some tracks ready. I was working on tracks like the whole previous month, you know what I'm saying? I put together 14. That's my lucky number. Put together 14 tracks, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I gave it to them, you know what I'm saying? They already know my name. See, I knew that. They already know my name. So, when I gave them the tracks, I was hoping they would listen. And they did, and, they chose 4 of the 14.
Beautiful Music was the first track that they released from Welcome to Strangeland. What was it like to know that your track was the first single?
Oh, bro, man, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I freaked out. Remember I told you before. I totally freaked out, man. I don't know. See, Beautiful Music, it almost didn't happen. Beautiful Music almost didn't happen. Nobody knows this, but now everybody's going to know. When I was working on those tracks, I was being very, very meticulous on how I was putting those together. So, I actually worked on a lot more than 14. I probably did about 50, but I chose 14 of the ones that I thought were the best. And Beautiful Music, I called it, what did I call it? Something like Watch Me, something like that. It was the name of the song, and I would work on the tracks, you know what I'm saying? Then I take it to the big studio, and I would listen to the quality of it, you know what I'm saying, to make sure everything sounded good, make sure all the levels were right. And that one was just being very difficult with me. I almost didn't give it to him. I almost didn't. But when I ended up giving it to him, Travis called me, and that was one of the tracks that he played. He's like, "Hey, we want 4 of them," and that was cool. But it took a few months, you know what I'm saying? Like June 6th, I probably got the call probably like 2 weeks after that. And, it took me till, I don't know when they dropped it, like October or something like that. People started calling me, just blowing me up like, hey, we heard what you did with Tech-Nine. I was like, what, already? How do you guys know? I don't even know. So, I just went to YouTube. I looked it up. And I heard the beat come on. And then, I heard Yates! And I laughed hysterically the entire evening. Hysterically. Like, people probably would have thought I was crazy if you guys seen it.
Right, and that's a really unique track. The sound is it's enchanting and probably not what people would expect to hear from Tech Nine. Why do you think they chose that track as the lead?
Wow. I don't. Well, the most I could say, because the song is just like the song is just hot, just period. The way it comes in, I have a certain style of doing things. I'm very unorthodox in my production work. So the way I like to do things, if I'm putting together a record, you know what I'm saying. The intro, when I lead in with the intro, you're not gonna know what's gonna happen after that intro. You know what I'm saying? So after it drops, and then just like, wow, that's amazing, And I think he just really liked how, what was the word he used? Enchanting? I guess, like my melodies, are enchanting. I like to use a lot of diminished tones, a lot of minor tones, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm not really sure why they dropped it first, but I'm glad they did. Because that was just an awesome experience. Still awesome. Will always be awesome. I love that.
How did you settle on the direction that you were going to take with those tracks that you submitted?
Good question. Well, I've been a Tech Nine fan for a long time, man, long time. So I'm very familiar with his sound, and him personally, I believe him to be the Michael Jackson of rap. I don't think that there's anybody that has ever done hip hop music the way that he does. And it's so unorthodox the way that he does his music. The way that he flips his rhythms and puts melodies and harmonies within his rhymes and things like that, and even, raps backwards and stuff. I use those elements in my production as well. So, when I was working on the tracks, I was just thinking, I wasn't really thinking anything, but I know his sound. I know his sound, and I know how I wanted to incorporate my sound with his. So, I guess it worked out pretty well.
Right, and you just mentioned that you're familiar with his sound. When you were creating the music, did you try and influence how Tech would spit over it by making a certain tempo or adding certain elements to it?
Well, as far as the rhythms, yes, I did want to make them more unorthodox, because when I'm working on a track for anybody, I like to challenge the artist. I like to have them, step outside their comfort realm. You know what I'm saying? For them to bring, some new elements of their style, to the music. So. Yeah, Beautiful Music is a great example, because if you listen to it, the drum patterns, they're not consistent. You know what I'm saying? I like to change up my drum patterns a lot. And, I knew somebody like Tech Nine, he would know exactly what to do with that. Just the way the kick patterns is, you know what I'm saying? He knew exactly what to do with that. So I just knew, I knew it would be a glove, I'm just really glad that he liked the joint, you know what I mean?
Yeah, awesome. And on that note, I think we have some callers here who'd like to talk to you. We have Sandy from Colorado.
Oh, cool.
You are live with Jomeezius.
Hola. Hola.
Sandy, do we got you?
Hello?
Hola.
Sandy, you're live with Jomeezius.
Hello?
What's up, Sandy?
What's up? How are you? Sorry, I got my kids running around and everything else. So, how are you
it's
doing?
All good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty excellent for the day. So, but my question to you is, what inspires you to do what you do for Tech Nine? I mean, their music and just everything is it's amazing, and it's always been a part of my life ever since I basically discovered them, like clear back from Ever Ready, Beyond That, to Angelic, to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What inspires you for things now? Why did you choose to do it?
Well, why do I choose to produce music?
Yeah, like why, and especially with Tech Nine.
Oh, because I think Tech Nine is the best overall. I think he's the best rapper that has ever lived. I think he's just amazing. And as far as why I produce, it's just something that's in me. It's just something just innate to my soul. It's a part of me. It's not something that I like I think about. It's just like going to the bathroom or eating food or anything like that. It's just a normal part of my everyday, huh?
It just naturally flows through you and just
yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how it is. But yeah, Tech Nine, he was my number one. He's the one that I wanted to work with among everybody. Any artist that exists, he was the one. So, naturally, that's just how it came about.
And you made an awesome decision because I believe Tech Nine touches everybody out there in some way. If people would actually just sit down and listen to what he's actually saying, not so much the beat, but the lyrics and what he has to say, I think he connects with so many different people on different levels. And so I think it's awesome that you produce for him. I think that's great and amazing.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. A lot of people, what I don't like about a lot of people, what they say about Tech Nine, because, they treat him like he's living. Like, either people love him, absolutely love him, or they hate him. But the people that don't really know who he is, like, they're like, oh, yeah, he can rap fast. He spits fast. But I'm like, that's not really who Tech Nine is. Like, yeah, of course he can flip his flows, but if you listen to Tech Nine, you'll understand, you know what I'm saying? And he speaks to everybody, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I fully agree. I've had some of my friends, and I've had to sit them down, and they were talking about the beats and how fast, like you were saying, but I said, no, you actually have to listen to the song. And once you actually listen to, especially dysfunctional, dysfunctional, there's so many people on different levels, and I think that's my life song, to be honest with you. But it's like once I actually get my friends to sit down and listen to it, they enjoy him so much more, and they can appreciate what he actually has, to offer.
I agree, and yeah, Dysfunctional is definitely one of my favorite records of his, definitely. But Miss Sandy, you know I'm out here in Colorado. I'm born and raised out here, don't you?
I am born and raised in Colorado. Absolutely.
Oh no, I was saying I was too. I am.
You were?
I'm here.
For what?
Yeah.
Where in Colorado?
Aurora.
Aurora, yeah. I was born in Gunnison.
Oh, Gunnison.
Yeah, we're Western State Colleges, a small little ski tourist, skinty little town.
I was about to say, I didn't know people actually lived out there.
We got to get to a few more callers. Sandy, I want to thank you for calling in.
Thank you, Sandy.
I'm absolutely so great to be able to say that, and thank you so much for what you do for tech. It's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you again, Sandy. All right, next we have Cameron. Cameron, you are live with Jomeezius.
What's up, man?
What up, Cameron?
Yo, before I ask a couple questions, shout out to Strange Music, because this is crazy. No other record label sits down and has podcasts where, people call in that I know of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy that I'm talking, I live in a small redneck town in Tennessee and shit. And it's crazy to hear people drive around and, bump beautiful music and stuff, People hardly, it's ridiculous. But, question is, can you read, traditional sheet music?
Yeah, man, the only traditional training I had, man, I was in choir from 6th to 12th grade, so, that's how I kind of developed my ear. So, yeah, I can totally do sheet music, yeah.
That's cool, man. Does that have any, a process? You really, it really does help your understanding of music. So I was in band, I was in percussion, snare drum line and shit in high school and whatnot. And that's why I love, any Tech Nine, most of his producers, Seven, you especially, you killed. The first time I heard beautiful music, I had to smoke a cigarette after that shit. It really.
Right on.
I was tripping out, but,
wow.
It's just, I know, that's why I listen to Strange Music and, have a whole different approach to how you do beats, and it's really musical. But,
thank you.
And you guys don't really get credit for that. Other question.
You have another question for Jomeezius?
No, just a couple shout-outs to Element, Winchester, Strange Music, Tech Nine, of course, the king. But, what's your favorite non-Tech Nine song you've done? Because we've heard all about that. We've heard all about Tech. What haven't you, what other stuff have you done?
My favorite non-Tech Nine that I've done? It's called You Must Be Crazy. It's on Chameleonaire's last album. The Ultimate Victory is track 15. I produced that joint, you know what I'm saying? It's real crazy, man. You know, he's a Southern rapper, but the beat is hella East Coast. You know what I'm saying? I was surprised that he even chose something like that, but yeah, man, you can look it up. It's on YouTube. You know, it's online, man. Chameleon X must be crazy. Yeah, you must be crazy, man.
Who are some of your favorite producers?
Oh, man, Timbaland is my number one. He's my number one.
Timbaland's pretty sick.
Yeah, he's awesome. Dr. Dre, of course.
Legend.
Quincy Jones, Teddy Riley. You know who Teddy Riley is?
No. I know everyone else, QD3 and shit. I know Quincy, but David.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Teddy Riley's a legend, man. He did a lot of Michael Jackson stuff, man. A lot of Michael Jackson.
Roger Troutman?
Oh, yeah. Roger Troutman, of course. I love Roger, man. You know, R.I.P. He's awesome, man. There'd be no T-Pain if there wasn't Roger Troutman. I just want to say that. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah. All right, Cameron, we got to get to a few more callers, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right, man. No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Now you had some good questions.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Let's see. Pretty good. Next, we have Tyler in Pennsylvania. Tyler, you're on.
What up, Jomeezius? I just wanted to give a shout out to you and Victor Sandoval.
What up, bro?
The first question I have is, what was it like for you to produce beautiful music? Like, how much hard-earned time, or how much precious time did you put into this track?
I put a lot of time into it, man. You know, I was hella in my socks and drawers, though. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I was just, you know, it was a normal occasion for me. You know, but I made sure that the quality was perfect, because the song, the actual putting together the record, it didn't take very long. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I composed it, you know, and you know, put the whole thing together, and you know, maybe about an hour. You know what I'm saying? But you know, throughout the whole process of actually like the equalizing, you know what I'm saying? Like making sure everything sounded clean and was wonderful. Yeah, that took me about a month. You know what I'm saying? To make sure it was, you know, how I liked it. But yeah, I totally produced it in my socks and drawers.
I mean, I have to honestly say that by far, I mean, I own Welcome to Strangeland, and I have to say that by far the songs that you produced on the album were probably the best. And now here's a question just about one of the songs in general. I listened to Retrogression a couple of times with Mayday and Tech Nine.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know, like, what is that? What is the meaning in that song?
You know, I thought about that too, man. You know, because I listened to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty deep record. You know, they're really trying to say something. But to be honest with you, I don't even know what the word retrogression means. I don't have any idea, bro.
But like when he did like Gods and Overwhelming and Slaves, those were some of the good tracks on the song. And like Welcome to Strangeland, the title track was that was an amazing producing job by you. And I just wanted to say, like, how extraordinarily unorthodox the beats for that song were, because there was a lot of different there was a lot of mixing up of the drum patterns and seeing what kind of playing around you could do with that.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
All right, Tyler, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, not a problem, Victor.
All right. Okay. For those just tuning in, we are live with Jomeezius the Genius, and we've been talking about his work on Welcome to Strangeland. Now I want to switch gears a little bit, and I want to talk about your career in music.
Okay.
Someone just asked, and actually you sort of answered a question I had, but you've worked with Chameleon, correct?
Yep, I got a good story about that if you want to know.
No, absolutely. That's what we do.
Okay. All right. Well, this is 2007 that this happened. That's the last album that he dropped. The Ultimate Victory is what it's called. And what happened was, man, you know, I have been, you know, primarily working off the internet. You know, that's how I get my music out. You know, I release it. Most of the time I put free downloads, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just for listening purposes. And then, you know, I'll tell people, you know, if they want to use the track, get rights to it, you know, then, you know, we can go ahead and handle that business or whatever. But what happened with that track per se, there's a cat in Philadelphia, a guy. I don't want to say his name, because he's not a real producer, but what he did was he took my song off the internet, and he called me about it. He actually called about purchasing rights and stuff like that. And he seemed like he was really, really serious, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up sending him the WAV files for the track, which is pretty much the bread and butter. For any producer that's listening, the WAV files, the separated WAV files are your bread and butter. Don't just give that out to anybody, because at the end of the day, they can take full credit for that track and say that they made it because they have the WAV files. But anyway, yeah, so the guy called me about it, you know, blah, blah, blah. We went back and forth for a little while. Then all of a sudden, you know, somebody, one of the artists I work with, not nobody here local, but somebody, like, hit me up on the email and said, you know, good work on the Chameleonaire joint, you know. I see you, man. And I was like, what? What is he talking about? So, yeah, I totally downloaded the album. I did, but I bought it, but I downloaded it first, just to hear what he was talking about. And I'm going through the album, you know what I'm saying, tracks 1 through, 17 or whatever, how many was on there, maybe 18. And I get to 15, and, like, I just freaked out, you know. I freaked out because it was my joint, and I know exactly who I gave it to. And I didn't know what to do at that time, you know. I was, 21, you know. I mean, I'd been selling tracks, but I never had a major placement to that point. So I called one of my mentors. His name is Sirocco Jones. He used to do a lot of work with Motown. You know, he's an older cat. You know, he knows a lot about the business. And I called him immediately. I was like, "Hey, man, this is what's going on. What do I do?" And he's like, "Well, you need to get a lawyer." So that was a mission at that point. It took me about a week, you know, of calling lawyers and telling them my situation, you know, without, you know, having someone want to ask me for upfront money because I didn't have any. So I found one, a great one. Me and him still do work together to this day. His name is Wallace Collins Esquire, and he's out of Times Square, New York. And he was the only one that listened to me and was like, "Well, you know, I'll take it off consignment." You know what I'm saying? Because I believe you. I believe that we can win this case. So what had to happen was Wallace called his lawyers and told them, "Well, you know, we're gonna have to do a cease and desist order if you guys, you know, don't change the credit on the song and pay." So that's what happened. You know, it was a process. You know, it took probably like it seemed like forever, but it really only took till the CD came out September, like mid-September, and then, you know, everything was done, contracts and everything was signed on December 31st. That's when I got the check on New Year's, December 2007, and I had a big old fucking party, man.
So that's definitely a warning to producers out there, then.
Yeah, you got to be careful, you know, like, you know, I understand, like, nowadays, you know, the best way to get your music out is the internet, yes, but make sure that you got all your ducks in order. Hold on to those WAV files. You know, you can let anybody have one of your songs. You know, even let them rap on it if they feel like it. Help them, you know, let them promote you. But when it comes down to those WAV files, you've got to make sure that all your business is in order. Make sure that you're handling your business.
Definitely. Now, most people in your position would take advantage of the spotlight and everything that comes with it, but you're a little different. I don't think I've ever seen a photo of you without your mask. Can you tell us for those who've never seen you or seen a photo of you, can you tell us about the mask and what it represents?
Yeah, I don't want no one to see my face. I want to be able to walk around in Walmart and be like a regular person in my regular life. And then, you know, the person that is Jomeezius, you know, the one that everybody knows, you know, the name and the music, you know, I want them to see, you know, various masks. You know what I'm saying? I have a mask collection, but my main one is the V for Vendetta, and that's the, you know, it's a statement. You know, I like to have, you know, all my masks, everything that I do, you know, have some sort of meaning to it. So, you know, I just don't want nobody to see my face. I want to be able to be a regular person too. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people chasing me around. Even though it does happen. It does happen.
Right. And a lot of the producers today are, you know, they're superstars. In a lot of cases, they are just as famous, if not more famous than rappers. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think somewhere along the road, people started paying a lot more attention to the actual beat, because I think, like a lot of the rappers that are out right now, like they totally suck. They're really whack. And, so it's just like, it's all about the beat then, If they're not going to, like, rap or make music of caliber, and do, like, actually say something or even flow tight, you know what I'm saying, then people are just going to be like, well, that rapper's whack, but that beat was tight, though. So then, it's always like, well, who made that beat then, And people want to know who made the beat.
Now, someone asked, and you actually stated a lot of your favorite producers. Who are your top three that you really draw influence from?
Okay, number one would always be Timbaland. I feel like he was my biggest inspiration because, I remember being like, maybe 12, 13, listening to some of his productions, and every time that one of his productions would come on, it was always something like you never heard before. You know what I'm saying? It was always outside the box. Every single time he would drop something, like you wouldn't know what to expect, and that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's where I get my unorthodox production style from Timbo, because you can't do maybe a couple tracks you can hear like a direct Timbo influence, like maybe some patterns. I don't really want to say that. Maybe some drum patterns or something, but I like to keep my style my own, and that's what he did. He made his style his own. He didn't sound like nobody. He was just Timbo, and that's what I want to be. I just want to be just Jomeezius, and if anyone that comes after me that has that sound, they're like, oh yeah, that sounds like a Jomeezius beat. They trying to copy Jomeezius. That's what I like. But yeah, him, and Quincy Jones and Teddy Riley. Quincy Jones because he did Thriller. I don't think I can say anything else about that. Yeah, Teddy Riley. He started a whole another genre of music in his time. The New Jack Swing. And that sound was just awesome. I just loved that sound. And I liked a lot of the work that he did for Michael Jackson. Because Michael Jackson, he's my number one favorite artist of all time. I think he's the Beethoven, the Mozart of our day. There'll never be another one like him. So pretty much, yeah, those are my top three.
Out of today's producers, who do you feel like is changing the game?
That's a tough one, bro. I don't know. I really couldn't say, man. All right, I have to be honest, Victor. I have to be honest. Can I be honest, Victor?
That's what we do.
All right, man. Well, something happened, man. I don't know why, and I don't know what. I mean, I have my own ideas, but there's not a lot of creativity, like genuine creativity and originality going on in the music industry overall. There are still maybe just a few, like, for instance, everybody in Strange Music, like, they do some music that they want, that they feel, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that's independent, they do that, but, as far as, like, industry, man, like, nobody really impresses me, to be honest with you, as of right now. Like, they used to, like, the Dr. Dre's and all that, like, they used to be dropping stuff that you just be like, wow, but now, you've been waiting on Detox for, like, 10 years, he's scared to drop something. He don't know what he want to drop. He don't know what he want to do no more because he doesn't know what's going on. Everyone's making the same beat over and over and over, and I'm just bored with it. So that's why I stay in my own lane. I make the kind of music I want to make, and and you can never tell what people like, but if they like it, that's cool, But I just make the music I want to make, and I'm not hearing a lot of people doing that. They're following whatever is the popular sound, and I think that's terrible. I think it's doing terrible things for the music industry overall. They can't sell no more records. They don't know what to do. So, and it's a big circular problem, but yeah, it does come down to the producer too, man. A lot of these producers need to start being more original. That's what I would say. Start being more creative.
Right. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of honesty. So.
Yeah.
We are going to take a few more callers here. You have a lot of people here who would like to speak to you. Let's start with Neil from Colorado. You're on. Neil?
What's up, Neil? Neil! Where's Neil, Victor?
All right.
No Neil?
No, well, it looks like we're going to have to come back to Neil. Let's go with Jackson. You're on with Jomeezius.
Hello? Jackson, what up, man?
Hey, what's up? I'll just make this quick. Yeah, well, shoot, I don't know. I'm surprised I'm on air. Dang. Well, what's it like working with Tech on the Strangeland?
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Man, it's the only CD I've been listening to since it came out. Period.
Really?
Yeah.
I just overall, it's fun time with them, just making music, or.
Sorry, say that again.
Just like overall, just having like making music with them is just fun. Just like how is it just you?
Yeah,
like,
it's awesome. It's awesome, man. You know, because strange music to me, I mean to everybody, man. You know, it's the #1 independent, man. It's for a reason. It's not just because their hustle is so hard, you know, but the kind of music that they make is just, you know, it's real, genuine music, man. So, you know, I just feel totally blessed just to be able to express my talents and have them express their talents and just make great music, you know, and people are really enjoying it, man, and I'm loving it, man. It's an amazing experience, bro. It's fucking awesome.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to they're coming on tour to Dallas on March 29th. I got VIP tickets and everything already.
Nice, man. Is that where you live, Dallas?
Yeah, well, I'm from San Jose, California, and then I moved out here. And there's no strange music fans out here in Texas at all. Like, it's hard to find, like, yeah, like, there's only some people, like, I've been getting people on it, but other than that, it's more mainstream than anything.
Oh,
but
that's a problem.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, it's crazy because when you do meet someone who likes Tech Nine, you're just like, what? Like, because there's not that many people out here. Like, you'll be seeing, like, I saw a car the other day driving with the big Strange Music logo sticker over their window. I just got hyped because I'm excited to see, like, Tech Nine coming up so fast.
Yeah, man. Tech Nine he's a monster, man. He's a giant.
Yeah, he's out there, and that CD you were on, that shit was good.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that, bro. Much gratitude.
Yeah,
all
right.
Well,
I'll keep listening. Nice talking to you.
Thank you for calling in. Let's see. Who else we have? Isaiah from Denver, you're on. Do we have
Isaiah?
You?
Isaiah. We're losing Isaiah.
Hey.
What's up, Isaiah?
Well, first off, I gotta say I'm a big fan of your music and Tech Nine. But
cool,
I gotta ask, like, what's it like working with them?
Like, what do you mean?
Like,
what's it like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last caller just asked that, but yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. You know, it's cool, great. He's awesome. Everyone's Strange Music is awesome. They're all super talented. It's great, man. It's great. It's great. I love all the songs. I love all the songs. I love the Strange Land. I love them.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions for Jomeezius?
Huh?
Do you have any other questions or comments for Jomeezius?
No, I just gotta say I'm a good fan of him, and my dad is too. I'd like to get at one of his beats.
You say you want to do what?
I would like to get at one of your beats.
Oh man, Google Jomeezius. I've got free downloads online, bro. I've got them online. I've got like, I don't know how many beat tapes I got out now, man, but there's free downloads out there, bro. All you gotta do is Google my name, man. Jom as in mother, EZ as in zebra, IUS, and you'll find a bunch of my music, bro.
All right.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
All right, Isaiah. We got to get to a few more callers, but thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's go back to Neil in Colorado. Neil?
Come on, man, for real.
Okay, we lost Neil again. All right, let's go with Wheezy in Washington.
Hello?
Yes, you're on with Jomeezius.
Jomeezius. Hey, what's happening, man? I checked some of your music there on the SoundClick. I seen you won the producer of the award on the Strange Music thingy. I thought Welcome to Strangeland. I thought Welcome to Strangeland was beautiful, and so I went on SoundClick. I checked out some of your things or whatever, and then I heard you and Lynch crossed paths, and I was wondering if we could get a little insight for the type of music you might have handed Lynch, if it's gonna be on that Man of Electra or something.
You want to know about what I gave to Lynch?
Yes, sir.
All right, I give you some insight. I give you some insight. What you know about this? Grrr. What you know about that?
Oh, it stays on grrr. Grrr, nigga.
Grrr. That's all I can say. Grrr, nigga.
That's a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, so, I checked out the SoundClick, and to tell you the truth, I liked some of the tracks, the first 3 or 4 tracks, even more than the ones you produced on there on Strangeland, man. So I'm really looking forward to hearing what you've got going. And, I just heard you say that Google the Jomeezius, and you got some beats and tapes and stuff. So, I think you got a real fresh sound. I thought it was cool that you really into Michael Jackson, because Lord knows that obviously he sold more records than anybody in the world for a reason. That's beautiful music. Yes. And, yeah, man. I just say thank you for giving me the opportunity to yak at you for a minute, man, and I look forward to Man of Electra, and God bless, much success for you, sir.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Easy, for calling in from
Bye-bye.
Washington. All right, for those of you just tuning in, we are live with Jomeezius the Genius. Now, we've been taking a few calls from the fans, and I'd like to talk a little bit about your creative process, because we haven't really touched on that quite yet.
Okay.
If you're starting with a blank slate, what kind of approach do you take to creating a new beat?
Okay, so now I'm going to let the world know that I'm crazy. All right, so this is what happens, Victor. Okay, so right now, so I pulled up off the highway, right? So I can hear the engines and the cars moving by. See, I heard the whooshing of the wind, so that inspires me. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I would I would record it on my phone. I would take it to my house, and I'd probably make a song called "Room" or something. You know what I'm saying? I'd record it, chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Put some dope drum patterns behind it. That make some real pretty melodies and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And call it a rap. That's pretty much how it works, man. Anything and absolutely everything inspires my creativity. Like last night, for instance, I have special people in my life that definitely do draw that inspiration, directly. And I was watching a porno, right? I was checking out this porno just because, we were talking about porn stars or whatever, and I just wanted to see, this particular porn star. And, I'm watching it just because. And I'm hearing, the way that she moans, it sounds like music. It was almost like a melody in her moan. And, it's weird. I know it's weird, man. But, sex is like, there's a consistent tempo in sex, you know what I'm saying? Like skin slapping, it's a consistent tempo. So, I sampled that. I recorded it. I sampled it. And I'm going to send it to Tech Nine them today, actually. I got to do a couple more things. But, yeah, my creative process is crazy, bro. I do all kinds of things, man.
You just mentioned sampling. Do you find that you're really big on sampling just records or just about any sound that'll inspire you?
Well, I used to absolutely hate sampling, man. I was like, man, that's not really making music until I actually started doing it. And I just fell in love, man. I say that I do sample more often than I don't. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I don't like to sample, like, songs, because I do. But, yeah, man, I hella sample, bro. Like, yeah, I sample a lot, man. But I like to, just whatever inspires me at whatever moment, man, whether it's a song or some weird fucking sound or the washer and dryer or somebody snoring, you know what I'm saying? Like, just whatever inspires me at that moment, if I feel it, I'm just going to do it. And that's just how I work.
For the aspiring producers who are out there who want to produce something for Tech Nine or Strange Music, what kind of advice can you give them?
the best advice that I could say is to, you know, make yourself a polarizing figure. Make them want to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Make them want to be curious about what you got going on. You know, work with so many people. You know, I think you should be selective. I mean, that comes with time, though. I mean, you can't always be selective, but, you know, try to be a little bit selective so at least some people can showcase your work properly. But, yeah, man, like, put your music out there. Like, you got to put it out. The internet, you have the internet. Like, can we even track how many people are on the internet? Like, there's, 500 million on Facebook alone, and that's just Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So you talking about those kind of numbers, like, there's lots of things that you can do, you know, to really get your music out. You know, just using the internet. You don't have to leave your house. So, you know, make sure that you got lots of websites, lots of different places where people can go find your music. And don't spam people. Make people come to you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep throwing it in people's face, you know, they're not going to want to listen. You know, like, you want to just, you know, let people know you exist, you know, and have other people talking about you. And once other people start talking about you, that word is going to spread. And you don't know how big it's going to spread. You know what I'm saying? So just, you know, aim your sights and just go.
All right. Now, we just talked a little bit about your creative process. When you're working on something specifically for Tech 9, do you keep something like live performance in mind?
That's interesting. Nah, man. Like I said, I don't think about anything, man. When I'm making a track, man, it's just like taking a shit to me, man. Like, it's just like a bodily function, just something I just do it, and I don't think about like sometimes people ask me for like club songs and stuff like that. Like, I understand, like, you know, that could mean like you want something up tempo, but, you know, if I'm creating, you know, maybe I'll think like, what would I think? Maybe I don't think anything. It's hard to explain, man. I don't think anything.
Right on. And now, you know, since I have you, I don't think I can let you go without at least asking, what can we expect from you now that you've been on Strangeland and now that you're working with some of the other artists on Strange Music?
Okay. Well, I've submitted well over 100 tracks for the next projects that Strange Music has coming out. Not too many have been confirmed yet, but I know that they are listening and they're going through the tracks, you know. So maybe I'll know here soon, you know. But as far as right now, this very moment, I got one for sure on the next Chris Calico, the Kicking and Screaming. I did a pretty dope track for him on that one, and yeah, I've got a lot of things in the works, but, you know, I don't like to speak on things until they happen. So until it happens, I can't really say, but you see it, Victor, man. You know, I gave tracks to Brother Lynch. Brother Lynch should be going through some tracks. BB Stone should be going through some tracks. Chris Calico's still going through some tracks. You know, Tex got his new one coming out, you know, fall, so he should be going through some tracks as well. I would love to work with Seth's crew. Seth's crew, holla at me. I want to work with y'all. Like, I got some stuff already ready to go for y'all. And, you know, just a couple other people, man. But, you know, until things are confirmed, you know, I don't like to say nothing. I'm superstitious.
Right on. Well, you know, I'd like to thank you for joining us today. Is there anything else that you'd like for our fans to know?
Well, I just want to say thank you guys for the positive reception. I'm glad you guys can appreciate my music. I really didn't have any idea that people would be calling from all over the country like that. I didn't really think that, but I'm glad you guys can appreciate my work, you know. Yeah, just pay attention. You know, you guys are going to keep hearing about me, you know. You guys are going to keep hearing about me because I work very, very hard, you know. And I just want to say thank you to the whole Strange Music family. Victor, man, you know, you're awesome, buddy. I see you like to party, man. I don't know if I should put that out there. You like to party. You mean you need a party, man. I see you, buddy.
As always, man, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today, and of course, thank you to our guest, Jomeezius, the genius. If you haven't yet, be sure to purchase Tech 9's Welcome to Strangeland to hear more from Jomeezius. And for those of you headed to the tour, VIP packages are now available. at StrangeVIP.com. Excuse me. Tech Nine's Hostile Takeover 2012 tour featuring Machine Gun Kelly, Mayday, Stevie Stone, Prozac, available now. Join us tomorrow for another exclusive online interview here at the Strange Music Podcast. For everybody here at Strange Music, thank you, and remember to keep it strange.